Hello, and we're back, and what we did last time was we put spawners for our enemies in our room. So what we're going to do this time, before we move on, is I think our object UFO moves a bit too fast, so I'm going to change the speed to 5. We'll press OK. And I think our object enemy spawns a bit too much, so I'm going to go to our object spawn enemy, go to the chance, and I'm going to change it to a bigger number. 100 sounds about right. I'll press OK there. And now what we're going to do is create a health bar. So I'm sure all of you know what a health bar is, and the basic description is your character has health, and once it reaches 0, then you lose. And making a health bar in GameMaker is actually incredibly easy. So I'm going to go to my object player. I'm going to add a create event. And down here in the score tab, you'll see this section that says health. I'm going to put set health in the actions, and we're just going to set the health to 100. We'll press OK. And just like that, now our object player has a health bar. But right now we don't have any collisions that set the health to 0, or actually take away health. So just to do that, we're going to add a collision event, and I'll collide with the object enemy. And down here in the score tab again, we're going to drag set health, but this time we're going to put -25 in the value, and we're going to check relative. Remember, relative just means you're taking away or giving to your current variable. The variable right here being health. So if we want to take away health or if we want to give health, then we have to check relative. If you don't check relative, all it's going to do is just set health to that number, and that's not what you want. So we'll press OK. And one more thing. If our health reaches 0, nothing's going to happen because we need to make sure something happens. So we'll add another event, and here we're going to put other and put no more health. Now all no more health means is if your health is less than 0, then these actions will trigger. Just for simplicity's sake, we're going to put a destroy action in the no more health event. We'll press OK. And let's see what happens when we go in our room and we collide with our object enemy. So the first thing you'll notice is that your health doesn't really go down, you just die in one shot. So there's a very easy fix to this, and it involves linking objects. So let's get right into that. So in order to fix the instant death problem, we're going to have to create another sprite and another object. So we'll go to resources, create sprite. We're just going to call this sprite hit. We'll create from file and select our sprite hit. Hit the check mark and press OK. And for the corresponding object, we'll create an object and call it object hit. Make sure you select the sprite. And we'll add a few events. So the first thing we're going to add is go to other, and we're going to put animation end. And if I can find it, oh yeah, it's in the first tab. Wait a second. Here. So we're going to select change instance, and we're just going to select our object player. We'll press OK. And we'll go to our object player. We'll go to our object enemy, and we'll add another change instance here. And we'll just change ourselves into sprite hit. We'll press OK. And let's see how that looks in our room. So as you see, our player's getting hit, and he's not dying instantly. Okay, so another important thing is that when we get changed into our object hit, our player will just keep on moving, and that's not what we want. So in our object hit, all these left, right, up, and downs in the key releases, you're going to have to add them here. But there is another shorter way to do this. So there's this little thing called the parent, and all the parent does, it takes all these events and adds them to here. So we'll press OK. But what will happen is we'll have the instant kill problem again. But if we go here to the control tab, and in the question section, we'll drag this thing to the action that says test instance count. Now, all test instance count does is it checks how many objects there are in that room. And you can make it less than, greater than, or equal to. So we'll just select object hit, and we'll put if it's not equal to 0, exit this event. And the exit is in the other section of the same tab. So let's go back to our game and see what happens. So when we get hit, our object hit controls normally, and we're not dying instantly. Okay, so now that we have a health bar, we want to display that health bar. So once again, this is incredibly simple, and let's get right into it. So we're going to go to our object count, and we're going to add an event called the draw event. Now the draw event should be very self-explanatory. It just lets you draw the various draw actions. So we'll go down and score, and you'll see in the health section there's an action called draw health. Now you'll see this window and you're not going to know what each of these means, so I'll walk you right through this. The X1 is the left of the health bar, the Y1 is the top of the health bar, the X2 is the right of the health bar, and the Y2 is the bottom. Your health bar is going to be shaped like a rectangle, and you can make it however big, thin, fat, or tall you want. Right now, I'm just going to input 6 for X1, so it's 6 from the left, 6 pixels from the left. 6 for Y1, so it's 6 pixels from the top. I want my health bar to be about 128 pixels wide, so we'll put 134 in X2. And I want it to be about 20 pixels tall, so we'll put 26. You can edit these however you like, and I'll press OK. Let's make sure to place our object count in the room, and let's test it out. And there, you see the health bar right there. You can also see that when we get hit, it goes down. And you just made a health bar.